speech as President of Nigeria at the Eagle Square in Abuja. He said Nigerians have endured hardship that would have crumbled other societies, but resilience and diversity has kept Nigeria together. President Tinubu promised to carry Nigerians along in all decisions. He also promised to reform the security architecture in the country.
Security shall be top priority of our administration, because neither prosperity nor justice can prevail amid insecurity and violence. We shall reform both our security doctrine and its architecture. We shall invest more in our security personnel, and it means more than an increase in number. We shall provide better training, equipment, pay, and firepower.
The president also said there is no provision for fuel subsidy in the 2023 budget. He said the fuel subsidy regime is gone.
Unfortunately, the budget that I've glimpsed before I assumed office and what I've heard is that no provision is there for fuel subsidy. So fuel subsidy is gone. Subsidy can no longer justify its ever-increasing cost and the wake of dry resources. We shall instead rechannel to fund into better investment.
He reiterated his campaign promise of creating 1 million jobs in the digital economy. President Tinubu also promised affordable electricity to Nigerians in his administration.
The electricity will become more accessible and affordable to businesses and homes alike. Power generation should nearly double, and transmission and distribution network must improve significantly. We will encourage various state governments to continue to participate in this effort. Power generation and distribution of their own.
In the meantime, former Minister of Transportation Chibike Amechi was absent at the inauguration of Bola Tinubu as Nigeria's 16th president today at the Eagle Square in Abuja. Mr. Amechi, a two-term member of the Buhari administration, was instead pictured at the inauguration of Labour Party's Alex Oti as the governor of Abia State at Umuahia Township Stadium alongside guests like Theodore Oji, Ayinaya Baribe, Julius Abure, Dati Baba Ahmed, amongst other dignitaries. Moving on, Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara has promised to be governor for all. Governor Fubara made the promise during his inaugural speech shortly after taking his oath of office as governor of Rivers State. He also promised to provide strong and purposeful leadership.
We have accepted the battle to continue the race. We will provide strong, determined, focused, purposeful, and responsible leadership. We assure you we are equal to the task and the responsibility ahead.
Governor Fubara promised to follow the footsteps of former Governor Nyesom Wike in promoting efficiency in the judiciary, speedy dispensation of justice, as well as promoting judicial autonomy.
That we will honor all our commitment to our judiciary and guarantee effective, efficient, speedy justice delivery. Under us, our magistrates and judicial officers will remain the leading light regarding administrative autonomy, personal security, working environment, and well-being. Fellow citizens, we know that most of our cities are affected by the prevailing difficulty orchestrated by the poor state of our national economy. While some of these economic challenges are beyond us, we understand our responsibility.
He vowed to tackle crime and criminalities in the state and consolidate on the achievements of his predecessor in infrastructure and human capacity development.
The people have voted for us with so much hope and expectation. We cannot afford to disappoint them by working at cross purposes. We must work harmoniously to strengthen the administrative, legal, policy structure, system, institution to develop tangible, life-changing results for our people and accelerate development in our state. There is no other choice but to do that.
Governor Governor Fubara promised to take steps to improve the ease of doing business, attract foreign and local investors, support small businesses and commercial agriculture, amongst others in the state. Meanwhile, a public affairs commentator, Opunabo Inkotaria, says he expects Governor Siminalayi Fubara to honor his promises to the people of Rivers State, especially to civil servants. Mr. Inkotaria, however, expressed reservations about the governor's powers to fulfill the promise he made to the judiciary.
We are all aware that civil servants were not treated right in River State. The retirees were owed their pensions and so on. And for him to have mentioned that, of course, so he knows. He was also a civil servant. The man knew exactly what happened to civil servants, even if you look at their secretariats. So he probably emphasized that point to say, no, I might be different. The only way you can ensure speedy dispensation of justice is just to ensure that he provides a conducive environment for them to work. Otherwise, there is really nothing the governor can do.
Mr. Inkotaria also said he will be surprised if Governor Fubara allows former Governor Nyesom Wike to influence his administration for too long. On his choice of cabinet members, Mr. Inkotaria said he expects a mix of politicians and technocrats, but added that former Governor Wike will play a huge role in the governor's first set of appointments.
I will advise technocrats. But the truth about it is that he's a sudden politician, so to speak. Politicians definitely will also be members of the cabinet because politicians also aided in his emergence as the governor of River State. So you're not just going to dismiss them. So one way or the other, they have to be compensated. But let me quickly say this. The first set of cabinet members, they'll be appointed by Fubara, but influenced by the former governor.
In the same vein, some Port Harcourt residents say they are expecting the new administration of President Bulletin to give priority to the economy and security situation in Nigeria, among others.
Improve the economy of Nigeria. People are really finding it difficult to eat now than before. Many people lost their jobs from job retrenchment. That the coronavirus should work on the unity of the country.
The aspect of education, it should help our children because many hands cannot be able to afford school fees. Many parents, they are not working. By the time they will train like 2 or 3 children, many of them will withdraw.
Insecurity is one of the major issues right now. What I know we really need for this country. Infrastructure there. As a tourism, job opportunities. If you go fit open border and I know say things go there better a little because the border when they close to contribute to what make things very expensive.
Traditional rulers, leaders and stakeholders of Obiakpo local government area have rolled out activities for the grand reception of former River State Governor Nyesom Wike. The Events, Media and Publicity Subcommittee Chairman Paulinus Insurim says Obiakpo people are celebrating their illustrious son who has made them proud.
For the people of Obiakpo, it's a hero's welcome because our illustrious son has become a global citizen because of his transformational leadership, because of the giant strides he has recorded as governor. In fact, he has been described as a voice for the voiceless. Nyesom Wike epitomizes true leadership, selfless service. People describe him in so many ways: phenomenal, transformational, audacious. We as a people are so proud that our son has distinguished himself within these past 8 years as governor, not just in Rivers State, within Nigeria today. He has become a political icon.
Mr. Nserim, who is the immediate past commissioner for information in Rivers State, also described the former governor Nyesom Wike as a man of equity, fair play and justice in Nigeria's political space.
We cannot be talking about Nigerian politics, systems and policies without a mention of the man Nyesom Wike. Even when he uses his songs that are so philosophical, what that means is equity, justice and fair play. So the man for us is a symbol of what good leadership is. And of course, if you look around River State today, infrastructure, healthcare, education, judiciary, agriculture, sports. And I like to, because I'm an insider in government, I like to tell people that even the less privileged were not left out in this administration.
Mr. Nserim also said the 3-day event will begin today with a motorcade procession to the former governor's hometown, Rumiprikam, followed by a grand reception at Captain Elichi Amadi Polytechnic on 30th May, and finally a Thanksgiving service at All Saints Cathedral Church, Rumukrushi, on Wednesday. The traditional ruler of Egi Kingdom, His Royal Majesty Eze Victor Egbo Elenwa Eze Egi III, Eze Ogba Oku of Ogba Land, is congratulating His Excellency Siminalayi Fubara and the Deputy Governor, the daughter of Egi Kingdom, Professor Ngozi Odu, for their smooth transition into the apex seat of leadership in the state. Ezelenwa, in a statement, urged them to emulate their predecessor Nyesom Wike, who demonstrated love for Rivers people by matching his promises with actions. He also said Rivers people are confident that their leadership will be a consolidation of the good works of Mr. Wike and their performance will surpass that of their predecessor. He further urged them to work towards making Rivers State a dream state where everyone will love to visit and invest. He prayed that God Almighty will guide them in discharging their lawful duties. Still ahead, EIT Chairman Raymond Okpesi is dead. Stay tuned as we go for a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
You are tuned in to
Nigeria Info. We'll be right back after this.
The traditional rulers, stakeholders, and the entire good people of Obiakwa local government area cordially invites all sons and daughters of Obiakwa local government area and the entire general public to the grand reception of our illustrious son and hero, His Excellency Chief Barrister Nyesom Wike, CON, JSSROS, POS Africa, Life Bencher, and Diko Hawan of Ikwereland, under the distinguished chairmanship of Senator John Azota Mbata, DSSROS. The date is Tuesday, 30th May 2023. Venue, Captain Lejama, the Polytechnic Field.
Complaints, names, and defendants. The PDP, its chairman in Rivers State, Desmond Akawo, and Dr. Benny George. The two court documents bear different titles, such as originating summons and motion on notice for interlocutory injunction, and were instituted by one Chimbiko Akarolo and Abie Davis. According to the court documents, the two complainants claim they are genuine representatives of the PDP State Executive Committee members, while the defendants are part of a parallel executive accused of falsely presenting themselves as legitimate representatives of the PDP to INEC. Reacting to this, Port Harcourt-based lawyer Vincent Chuku tells correspondent Ibu Ruwari that the demands on the court documents show it is a pre-election matter. Mr. Chuku also explained what could happen if the court grants the prayers of the complainants.
It's yet to be agreed by the court. It's a fresh suit. It has to do with the party congress as to who is the authentic elected executives. If the court determines that the so-called executive or the defendants now who choose the governorship candidate that is this morning, because we nullify the Congress organized by those groups, and then which means Sim will not automatically emerge as a valid candidate of the party.
He, however, explained the things a valid suit coming from court should contain.
To be a kind of a miscellaneous, the 9562, they have filed a suit up to that. The 9562, they have filed a suit up to that number in that court for this year. If it is the same, then it will amount to some form of abuse. Until we will trace the suit to its origin and know it's fake or not, we cannot conclude because some of the identities of what the suit number should look like is there. It has the number of the suit on the cost list. The year is there. The cost may be that of the blue you mentioned there.
The Niger Delta Development Commission NDDC, led by Samuel Ogbuku as the managing director, has disclosed that it will soon come up with a pilot scheme to address the challenges of youth restiveness and give succor to the youths of the Niger Delta region. According to the Commission, the scheme known as Holistic Opportunities, Projects and Engagement Project Hope is designed to create a comprehensive potential resource database of the youth population of the Niger Delta region with a focus on their needs, qualifications, skills, passions, interests and employment status. In an interview, the Executive Director of Projects NDDC, Charles Ogunmola, said the board came prepared with new ideas to focus and execute the right programs and deliver people-oriented projects. Mr. Ogunmola further assured that Project Hope would create 1,000 jobs in each state of the Niger Delta region by securing sustainable international and local partnerships for the establishment of multi-agro-processor industries, internship development, training opportunities, chambers of commerce, and community government corporate partnership model for land acquisition for the project.
We came with refreshed focus, innovation, a refreshed idea about how things are meant to be done. The team that came in, the executive management team, is quite well balanced. We have industry tested, public sector. The managing director is extreme in his understanding of bureaucracy, understands projects, he understands organizational control and management. And myself, over 35 years of project management, infrastructure development, IT, construction, and organizational strategy.
The consultant for Project Hope, Blessing Fabara, also spoke on this.
The Project Hope, Holistic Opportunity Projects and Programs for Engagement, is designed to deploy the first Niger Delta Youth Potential Resource Database System, which is to do qualification identification, skills identification, interest, status, and passion. This will be the parameter for employment generation, youth empowerment, and youth capacity development in the region. The first strategy of the project is designed to create 9,000 jobs, 1,000 per state, through the development of agro-allied partnered industries in the 9 states.
Media mogul and founder of Dark Communications, owners of African Independent Television AIT and Baypower FM, Raymond Dokpesi, is dead. The news of his death was confirmed in a statement issued today by his son, Raymond Dokpesi Jr. Until his death, Mr. Dokpesi was a PDP chieftain. He was 71 years old. In business, some filling stations along the East-West Road in Port Harcourt now sell petrol between 225 naira and 240 naira per litre. The last days of the Buhari administration saw the increase in petrol pump price amid the planned removal of subsidy. Some drivers spoke to our correspondent about how the new hike is affecting them.
Some people they say 240, some people they say 230, 235 for this Ichuba road here. In the affect us well. Because I know the green payment. I'm making the price of fuel go down small.
Since Fridays, people where they say 210 before, they know they say 220, 225. LPs where they around the side, they say they know they say. I never have LPs. If they remove this subsidy now, wala go day.
It's 230 per litre right now. The things affect us. So please, we need the Nigeria leader to just make sure the price of fuel will come. Let him leave the subsidy there so that people will benefit on it. Because we come on resources now to affect us. So we see people are traveling on the road to affect the general price of things. People got beans, rice, also on things. So it affects. So please, let them leave the subsidy.
In entertainment, Afrobeats musician Seun Kuti has questioned the integrity of those who criticize the government relentlessly but willingly accept accolades from the same administration. In sports, Nigeria will face rivals Argentina in the round of 16 at the 2023 Under-20 World Cup on Wednesday. The Flying Eagles finished as one of the third best placed teams after earning 6 points from 3 Group D games.
And now we'll bring you news from around the world.
On the foreign scene, there have been heavy clashes in Sudan hours ahead of the expiry of a 7-day ceasefire that's been repeatedly broken. Residents in South and West Omdurman, adjacent to capital Khartoum, say the army and the rival rapid support forces have been bombarding each other in a bid to gain territory. The US and Saudi Arabia, who brokered the truce, have urged both sides to sign an extension. Nearly 1.4 million people have been forced to flee their homes since the war broke out 6 weeks ago. On the news this evening, you heard President Tinubu today called for unity, fairness and equality in his inaugural speech. Siminalayi Fubara has taken over as Rivers State Governor and has promised strong leadership. A public affairs commentator, Opunabo Inkotaria, wants Governor Fubara to honor his promises to Rivers people. Former Minister of Transportation Chibike Amechi was absent at the presidential swearing-in. AIT Chairman Raymond Dokpesi has died. On the foreign scene, there have been heavy clashes in Sudan hours ahead of the expiry of a 7-day ceasefire. The news was edited by Martha Okering-Kim. Cloudy weather in Port Harcourt this evening. Peace is the path to the prosperity of the nation. Let peace reign. I am Kalada Kurubatbo. Good evening.